Hello and welcome to our Yale parenting course. We're doing in partnership with them as we want more. My name is Cindy Halsted, and typically we're welcoming you on week one of when we're all together, but because you're going to be starting the homework before we get together for the first time, we wanted to send a little welcome video to say we're so honored that you're doing this with us and explain a little bit about our heart of why we're doing this course. Now, typically with We Want More, if you're familiar with us at all, we do a lot on maybe the heart behind things, helping people to experience God and connect to each other, awakening them to their identity, but not a lot of prescriptive how-tos. But there are times where we feel like that's important. And so we found this material that Coursera is doing. All these online courses are free right now. And so we wanted to partner and do something with them. I have looked through some of the material and wow, I'm impressed. There are some ways, how do you get a 4-year-old to change behavior without being angry yourself or kind of losing your temper? And we understand there's lots of things out there that could potentially help you, but we wanted to create like a learning group where we go through this together and we can see how we're doing as parents. And so what we really want you to consider for this first week as you dive into this is the idea that the concept of seeing someone starts with the one who's looking. So I know that's like sentence like, wait, what? That's something that I thought about a while ago when I thought about my own parenting. I'll say it again. When you're thinking about your children, when you're thinking about how you want to help them grow, you're the one first that's interacting with them. So listen to this sentence again. The concept of seeing someone starts with the one who's looking. So as we start this course, where are you? Are you exhausted? Are you in fear for your child or your adolescent? Are you angry at them? Are you kind of fed up? If it's this time of COVID, most likely that could be going on. So what we'd like you to consider is maybe before you even start this material to take some time to just breathe and say, God, what do I need to let go of? Where am I in this? Because all these behavioral things that we want our kids to grow in and help them to become members of society where they can function, if we're coming at them with you have to change or this is so bad, it's not going to help them in the situations that they are. And you'll read about that as we go through this material. And I like to say for myself, when my kids were young, I was at times stuck in a performance mom cycle where it was more about how I was doing, performing as a mom, than maybe where they really were or what the concerns were. Maybe I was more embarrassed about how I looked if my kids weren't behaving when they were little, which I can laugh about now because my kids are 28 or 27, 25, and 23, but it's not easy when you're going through those adolescent or early years. So I really want to encourage you to look and say, okay, where am I right now as a mom or a dad? Am I frustrated? Am I angry? Am I looking at them with glasses that say, you know what, you're going to mess up anyway? Because if you can attempt to change your paradigm and see them as a chosen son or daughter of God that the Lord loves, that you get to parent, if you somehow go there, then as you go through this week one's material, we think you'll find a big difference. One of our friends went through it and said, wow, this stuff was kind of magic from week one. And I agree. I looked at some of the things where they're trying to get you to change behavior, and I think it really, really works. But again, we want you to have the backdrop of the heart of that we care so much about how they are treasured, how they are loved, and that is so important, not just the behavior. How are we saying things? I remember when I first read something about when a teenager misbehaves or yell at you or kind of cusses at you or cuss, that's an old word, but anyway, swears at you, how, you should be excited about that because you're really seeing where their heart is. When I heard that, I was like, what? I would never be happy if my teen yelled at me or did something. But what I've learned is it's actually a window to their soul. If they're reacting like that, that's something you need to look at because maybe they had a horrible day at school where they were bullied or something's going on. So you get to go in there and help bring truth and care and love to those situations. So that's what we're about with We Want More. We always want to get underneath what's going on. And in our learning groups, when we start together, they'll have times where we break out as groups. We can address some of those heart issues. And we're going to have availability for people to take you through releasing prayer. And if you start this and you're like, help, let us know. Email us team@wewantmore.org, and we'll set up a prayer time for you as you're going through this material, or even afterwards, because you're going to get a lot of stuff coming at you and you might feel like, I'm a failure, I can't do this. If you didn't feel that way, you might feel like the only person who doesn't feel that way. A lot of people do, but we want to walk with you through it. So let us know. So welcome, dive into that first week of material. When we get together for the first time, we will talk about the first week's material, and it will be a lot, but I do think there's going to be a lot of gold in there. And I mean, thinking how we can love our children better and feel like things are a little more calm, we need that this fall for everything that's coming at us. So welcome and glad you're joining us.